and in support of Chief of the Air Force. Generals, welcome, and thank you very much for being here. Now,
short and sweet. I thought there would be some tensions and everything, but anyway, it's fine. Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Smith, for introducing the members of the SA Air Force. I think Mr. E.T. had mentioned Air and Navy. I wonder whether they differentiate between those. I think there might be a difference. There's the Navy and the Air Force. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I think the welcome plenary has come to an end. I'm not sure how else you prefer to be welcomed, but the welcome that we've received is sufficient for us. And after here, I will call, I hear, is it Diniko? I do not know what Diniko looks like. So I would appreciate, is that you, sir?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, okay, great. He's going to be the one replacing Professor Angelo in directing the next plenary. If we just check there, is there a concurrent session? There should be a concurrent session in the other venue, that is Ruby. So please, if you are appearing on the program, in the Ruby Hall, please you may go there because there are two sessions running parallel. This session will be run by Atana Lorraine as he comes. So you will not be hearing from me until otherwise stated. So thank you so much for this short session.
I'm here to be the program director of today. Allow me to give thanks to the conference organizers, the executive management of the College of Law under Professor Udile Magone, the two directors within the School of Law, Director Mbori, the director for the School of Criminal Justice, Prof. Dube, as the director for the School of Law. I think I need to mention this so that people understand how things are, the structures are within the College of Law. That we have two colleges, we have two schools, the School of Criminal Justice and the School of Law. So, as I've already indicated, that I've been requested to come and stand on behalf of Prof. Dube, not to replace him per se, but to be a program director. And I've also been mandated to say I must not talk too much because the speakers are the one entitled to speak. I must act like GPS, tell people to turn right, left, just like that. So today we are going to have the four speakers for this session, and I think the good thing I will ask all the speakers to come to the front so that we can see them in advance who are the speakers for today. In our midst for the speakers we have Mr. Jim Kuna. I'm not sure if Mr. Kuna is around already. If he's around, please assist me in welcoming him to come on the stage. Our keynote address speaker, I think we have President General Westman S. Mbambo. I believe he's already on the stage, but we can also give him the round of applause. Further amongst the speakers, we also have Prof. James Ochibunya. Apologies, Prof. You know, at academics, when we call you Prof, we're supposed to stop there, not say much, but I'll join in welcoming Prof. to come on the stage. The fourth speaker will be Dr. Moses P. Kanyide. He's already on the stage. We can welcome him also. Colleagues and members within the podium, I've been requested, Director, to say possibly we have to start with Lieutenant General Wiseman Mambo. I believe that is the training or the request thereafter, that we must start with him on the part of the speakers. And then I've been told that the General have asked for only 30 minutes, meaning he cannot give more than 30 minutes. And then I'll assist him in terms of managing time, because I've noticed that he's under the support. Everything that he do, his members have to support him, even to come on this platform. So the General, please take note that I will assist you in terms of time. Maybe when we are left with 3 minutes, I'll do just like standing up, not to intimidate you, but just as a servant in terms of time. So colleagues, allow me to go and read the bio of Lieutenant General Wiseman Simon Bambo, PSCJ, ENCP. I think those in the Airforce understand what is the meaning of that. I can attest that I don't know what is the meaning. I'm reading what is on the paper. And I've been also told that the bio has been shortened, because if that's the case, we're not going to end the bio meeting. So the bio is as follows. Lieutenant General Wiseman Simon Bambo is the Chief of the South African Airforce, AAF, in the South African National Defence Force. Lieutenant General Bambo, a devoted Christian in merit to Miss Thokozan Bambo, and they have 4 sons, a doctor-in-law, and 4 grandchildren. Lieutenant General Bambo has a background in the National Liberation Movement dating back to 1982. He has undergone extensive military training in various countries, including Angola, Yugoslavia, Russia, and the USA. He is a seasoned mission controller. He has held diverse operational and strategic positions within South African Airforce and the South African National Defence Force. The General has several academic qualifications, including a Bachelor of Military Science, 2 master's degrees, a master's degree in Strategic Security Strategies from the University of Alabama, USA, a master's degree in the Business Leadership from the University of South Africa, diploma in Faith Ministry Studies from Lanzira International Bible College, a diploma in Aviation Safety Management System from the University of Southern California. Notably, Lieutenant General Bambo has participated in various local and international military conferences, presenting his insight on the diverse military topics, and has published articles in South African National Defence Force publications. The General has received several decorations, including External Operations Mandela Medal and 40 Years of Good Service Medal. I think now you can understand why I'm saying the bio has been shortened. If someone is 40 years but still in operation, you can tell them because is going to retire at the 60th year of service. So colleagues, in that short biography, allow me to give our General his space to come and present to us. Join me with the hands of applause, welcoming our General.
Professor Nkambula, the Vice Chancellor of UNISA, all the Vice Principals in the different portfolios, UNISA Management Committee,
Professor Udieli Nemakonde, the Executive Dean, College of Law. Dr. Manteru Masichaba, Executive Dean, College of Economics and Management. Head of Portfolios, Directors, Chairs of different departments, my members that are here, generals, senior officers, non-commissioned officers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. Good morning. Before I begin with my talk this morning, I would like to invite you on the short video as an introduction. Thank you. Technology cannot fail us from the beginning.
Sovereignty is no longer defined only by territory or airspace. It is defined by control of data, digital infrastructure, and access to space. For South Africa, space power is not a prestige ambition. It is a strategic necessity. Satellites, high-altitude platforms, artificial intelligence, and secure communications now form the digital backbone of national security, economic resilience, and disaster response. Yet, through digital sovereignty demands more than access. It requires independence, responsible governance, and the capacity to operate without undue foreign reliance. The South African Airforce is therefore evolving from traditional air power to integrated airspace power, anchored in partnership with SANSA, CSIR, academia, and aerospace industry, guided by secure data, cybersecurity, and responsible artificial intelligence. This evolution strengthens South Africa's strategic autonomy and contributes to continental stability. The future of security is digital. The future of air power is space-enabled. And that future begins now as this digital technology conference begins to lay down the important cornerstones of that future.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished colleagues, what you have just seen is not a distant projection of the future. It is a strategic environment in which sovereignty is now exercised. This brings me to the aim of my address today, to articulate how integration of air and space capabilities can strengthen South Africa's digital sovereignty, national resilience, and strategic autonomy. We are living in an era where the character of sovereignty itself is changing, and the decisions we make today about digital systems, artificial intelligence, and space-enabled infrastructure will shape our strategic freedom for decades to come. Allow me to briefly outline the journey we will take this morning. First, under the theme of reframing sovereignty, we will examine how sovereignty in the 21st century is no longer defined solely by geography, but increasingly by control of digital systems and assured access to space. In that context, we will reflect on South Africa's existing space foundation. Second, under identifying the strategic imperative, we will consider the strategic gap that exists today, why space power matters operationally and nationally, and how the evolution from the traditional air power to integrated airspace power becomes a strategic necessity. Third, under building strategic coherence, we will explore the enablers required: governance, policy alignment, layered capability architecture, institutional integration, and continental contribution. And finally, I will conclude with a reflection on why digital sovereignty is not an abstract ambition, but a practical requirement for strategic autonomy in the emerging digital order. In the 20th century, sovereignty was defined primarily by control of land, sea, and airspace. However, in the 21st century, sovereignty is increasingly defined by control of systems, digital systems, data flows, satellite-enabled services, and algorithmic decision frameworks. If a nation does not control its critical data infrastructure, its communications backbone, or its access to space-enabled services, then its sovereignty becomes conditional. Digital sovereignty is no longer optional. It is intrinsic to national sovereignty. Space systems underpin navigation, communications, environmental monitoring, financial transactions, disaster management, and defense operations. They form the invisible infrastructure of the modern state. This is not a question of prestige or ambition. It is a question of strategic resilience. The central issue is this: can we assure access? Can we govern our digital assets? Can we protect our decision-making autonomy in a technologically interdependent world? Those are the strategic questions of our time. South Africa does not begin this journey from zero. We possess a capable national space agency. We have world-class scientific institutions. We have a growing aerospace industry. We have demonstrated satellite development capability. We have expertise in space situational awareness. These are significant national assets. We are recognized continentally and internationally in selected niches of space, science, and technology. But capability alone does not equal sovereignty. Capability must be integrated, aligned, and strategically directed. Our strength lies not merely in what we have built, but in how we coherently choose to employ it. A strategic gap. At present, our efforts remain fragmented. Civilian, scientific, and defense initiatives often operate in parallel rather than as a united attitude. We rely on foreign launch services. We depend on externally controlled digital infrastructure. Space is frequently treated as a supporting function rather than as an operational domain. The gap is not technological incompetence. However, the gap is institutional integration. The issue is coherence. Without an operational construct that unifies air, near space, and orbital systems within a secure digital framework, our capabilities remain isolated. An isolated capability cannot deliver strategic autonomy. Why space power? Space power is not about weaponization. It is not about emulating major space powers. It is about function. Space-enabled systems provide secure communications, persistent intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, maritime domain awareness, border monitoring, disaster response coordination, infrastructure protection, climate and environmental monitoring. In times of crisis, whether natural disasters or security challenges, these systems become critical enablers of state response. They support both security and development. They enhance decision-making speed and accuracy. They strengthen resilience. If we view space purely as a scientific enterprise, we underutilize its strategic relevance. If we view it as an integrated digital infrastructure, we unlock its full potential. Traditionally, air power has been platform-centric. Today, power is data-centric. Aircraft, satellites, near-space platforms, cyber networks, and artificial intelligence-enabled analytics are no longer separate layers. They form a unified operational ecosystem. The transition from air power to airspace power is not revolutionary. It is evolutionary. It begins with awareness and doctrine. It progresses through integration of data and communications. It matures into unified operational attitude. This does not require technological maximalism. It requires institutional coherence. The objective is strategic autonomy, the ability to make sovereign choices within an interconnected system. What are the strategic enablers? Technology without governance creates vulnerability. Therefore, strategic enablers are essential. We must ensure policy alignment between defense and civilian institutions, robust cybersecurity frameworks, responsible artificial intelligence governance, clear data ownership structures, investment in skills development. Ethical governance is not a constraint on capability. It is the foundation of sustainable capability. A resilient digital and space ecosystem must reflect constitutional values, legal integrity, and international responsibility. Capability attitude. Our approach must be layered and phased. Layer 1, digital infrastructure and secure cloud sovereignty. Layer 2, digital-enabled air, power, and cyber integration. Layer 3, near-space systems such as high-altitude platforms. Layer 4, selective and strategically aligned space assets and partnerships. This layered architecture allows productive capability, strengthens national resilience. South Africa's approach implications beyond our borders. An Africa-appropriate model of space power prioritizes pragmatism over prestige, cooperation over duplication, governance over unchecked expansion, resilience over dependency. Digital sovereignty does not mean isolation. It means empowered participation. It means shaping our digital and space future according to African priorities and values. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, we stand at a strategic inflection point. The future of security is digital. The future of air power is space-enabled. The integration of these domains will determine whether sovereignty in the 21st century is exercised fully or conditionally. Digital sovereignty is not a technological luxury. It is a strategic necessity. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen and colleagues, again, let us give our another round of applause.